How did I get the job of moving the sheep farm? Welcome back. It's time again for an episode of Roguecraft. This is the third video in 1 month as I try to catch up on all the back footage from the month of October. That's right, we're nearing the end of October now, but we're still not done. Last time we built our first flower farm and responded to the menace of Monsieur Moleman. Today we're going to continue our road to finally opening a GGG shop, but we are still several farms away from completing that. So instead of me wasting more of your time, let's jump into this thing. So here we are in the flower biome by Brown Banana's base. I'm looking to make a second flower farm, but it has to have flowers in possible dye colors that I'm not getting from the first farm. I definitely wanted to have alliums and tulips in it for my long-term project. If I can somehow manage to get lilies of the valley in it as well, that would be perfect. There's a lot of good options in this area, so let me flatten it out and see what some bone mealing reveals. Okay, I think I've found my farm area. It doesn't have lilies in it, but look at what it does have. I couldn't imagine a better area if my goal is to get tulips and alliums. Struck gold first try. So let's get this farm started. So I've got a basic ticky-tock device set up for one of the sides. I'm going with a flat and wide design for this one to accommodate how the flowers are all growing in rows here. The idea is everything will flush towards the center, and then on the glass area, the water will push all the items from the sides to one central collection point. This farm will end up being about twice the size of the other, even though the other one has 2 levels. So now we've added the water in, let's give it a little test. Looks good to me. Now that we've seen one side work, let's get the other one going. First, we need a line of chili powder running into the back of a 3-stick thingamabobber. Then we add a layer of stone for all the 2-stick thingies. And a line of chili running all along the blocks next to the trapdoors, known as flippy flops to the true chili powderers out there. We're going to whack a few 2-stickers on the ground here. Then we turn this one into a slab. We break this out so the power of the chili can flow down below. We can't forget to tweak to max tweakiness. If we don't, the flippy flops won't flippy flop right. And we put a block here to power all the flippy flops. If we've done our job right, all the flippy flops will, well, flippy flop. That's how they got their name, don't you know? Then we run powder behind all the dispensers. This is powered by a line of 2-stickers. Max tweakiness, of course. Oops. Looks like I didn't give myself enough room here. That's easy enough to fix. That should do it. I think it's time for another test. Nothing quite like the feeling of something going right. Now all I need to do is set up the item sorter, and then do some AFKing and see what we get. I always like watching farms run on a mini-map. Just kinda cool to see all those dots flowing around. So here we are with the finished product. On this farm, since it's near someone else's base, I decided to camouflage it under a hill and give it a natural look. No GGG logo here. I think it turned out pretty good. Now let's take a look at the collection system underneath it all. So we have the standard impulse sorter design. I made the water stream loop around in case I have more farms in the area later. They can feed into this one system. Down here on the end, I have a massive composting system, auto-composting all the flowers from the other farm. These types of farms use a lot of bone meal, and there's only so many oxeye daisies or light gray dye anyone is ever going to need, so might as well turn them back into bone meal right away. I'm not even moving. My life is literally in the hands of sheep. Here we are working on yet another farm. This one is being built in the left pyramid at the base and will be right above the smelter. Any guesses what it will be? This here is obviously the collection area, but up above we're going to put in a... That's right, cactus farm. Not only do I need a lot of green dye, but I can always use the excess for composting later. All these farms are designed with two goals in mind. One, I want to open up a GGG shop, and I need a lot of dyes for that. And two, at some point, Insane is going to want to make a lot of fireworks, so we're going to need a lot of dyes for that as well. So, without further ado, let's get this ball rolling. Here I've put a temporary floor in, so it's just easier for me to get all these blocks placed on the first row. I'm working off ideas Zoomavoid discussed in one of his videos about how to make cactus farms lossless. I'll put that link down below, as it is very extensive on what problems cactus farms can have and what possible solutions there are. And here you can see the first layer, pre-cactus. Between each sand block is an end rod, and diagonally from each sand block is a granite wall. The walls and end rods prevent broken cacti from falling onto another cactus or sand block and being lost. Definitely not the cheapest way of doing this, but it looks pretty cool. In case you were wondering, why end rods? It's because you can place them right next to cactus without the cactus breaking, and, bonus, it lights the area up. If you want the in-depth explanation, please see Suzuma's video. He explains it very well. Again, all this extra work is just to make the farm lossless. Here's the first layer complete. I'm really liking how the granite looks with the sand and the cactus. I wasn't sure at first if I was going to like it, but I think the colors work well together. Here's layer 1 complete. Now on to layer 2. We're using slabs for the base block of each layer to prevent, as much as possible, the cactus breaking and then falling right back onto itself and being destroyed. The slabs give them just that much more room to arc out and fall onto the water below. And here's a second layer. And here's the third layer. Obviously, with the shape of the pyramid, we're going to have to make it smaller and smaller the higher we go. But every spot that can have a cactus will. And here's the fourth layer, but we are literally bumping our heads against the glass ceiling here, so it looks like we're done with the farm. Now we just need to make the collection system. And here's what it looks like from below. Looks pretty cool if I do say so myself. It's at times like this that I find myself reminded of the words of the great philosopher Sesamasterata. One of these blocks is not like the other. One of these blocks just isn't the same. And over here we have the collection area. When this is fully set up, both the kelp and cactus farms will feed into the same stream and directly into the smelter. And there it is in all its glory. At some point I'll add a secondary track where, once I have enough dye, I can just collect the kelp and the cactus into a chest and use it for bone meal. But I'm going to save that for another day. You know, it's times like this where you just question where your life is going. I think that will do it for today. I hope you enjoyed the silliness. I definitely enjoyed being silly. Until next time, remember to have fun. See ya. And as always, if you liked what you saw, please subscribe, or give it a thumbs up, or if the mood takes you, comment below. It really means a lot when you do. If you want the in-depth explanation, please see Zuzuma's Void. Please. If you... I think if you were looking at Zuzuma's Void, that would be a completely different video.